Welcome to Florida Beach Walks. I'm Roxanne, walking Sebastian Inlet over a few different days. This East Coast Inlet State Park is located where Florida's Space Coast meets Florida's Treasure Coast. This is such a great area to see all kinds of wildlife, like dolphins and manatees, birds, fish, sea turtles, hermit crabs, and snails, to name a few. Known for fantastic fishing and surfing, this area is also fun to go shelling. I found calico scallops, a nerite, turkey wings, a beautiful spotted bonnet, knobbed whelks, a work of art, rose petal tellins, sea pearls, sea glass, and I even found a shell that I was shocked to find this far north on the East Coast. Please join me. Let's walk Sebastian Inlet State Park. Starting this beach walk off early at the crack of dawn. Nice full moon pulling those tides high and very low, hopefully bringing in some great shells with it. I believe this is one of the only, if not the only, beach state park that never closes. Yep, it's open 24/7, 365. I'm right here near the fishing pier. This is where the jetty shoots out pretty far. And I'm going to walk the beach first. This beach walk is over a few different days, and I'll take you collectively through this park. Starting here, heading north and back, I'll go under the bridge to a cove area known as Campbell's Cove. Then over the bridge to the south half of the park to this place called Coconut Point. And then we'll head out to the beach over here. I have a friend who goes fishing over here, and he says that sometimes in this area, when he can see off the pier here, is just loaded with shells. Every time I've been, it's been like this, just a few scattered shells. So I was able to find just a couple shells. This is about how far I walked out. And I only picked up 2 shells, and they were a shark eye and this big oyster. Oysters, are pretty common, but this one was pretty impressive with the size it was, so I will hang on to it. Moving towards the dunes, I definitely noticed more shells washed up, so I will stick more towards the higher rack line. Here is a knobbed whelk. It is a bit old and beat up, but I just love using these for little planters. And I'll show you at the end, I already put a succulent in it. Got a little Disdicinia here as well. Oh, here are some eaten sea turtle eggs. Something got to them. For most sea turtle species, undisturbed nests have about a 90% hatch rate. But disturbed ones, they tend, of course, to have a much lower rate at 25% or less. Here is an Atlantic giant cockle, not so giant, but still cute. Still got some good coloring, some cranberry on that inside. And I spy another knobbed whelk. Let's get a look at this one. This one doesn't look as beat up as the other one, but it is still, pretty surf worn. You don't see any of the knots or knobs on it, but it's a great size shell. Great size shell. So that is a keeper. I'm drifting closer to the water, but I looked over and look what I saw. Almost got crushed by those ATV tires. It is a perfect, almost perfect. Just got a few little rough spots, but not holes on the front side. But look at the spots on that. Gorgeous, gorgeous Scotch bonnet. is a blood arc. These critters are pretty interesting in that they are one of the few mollusks that have red blood, hence how it got its name. You can see its hairy periostracum that protects the shell like a little coating. We actually have a protective layer over our bones too called periosteum. Well, this is a first. I've never seen a fillet knife stuck in a sand dune. Yeah, imagine if that got loose. We'll grab this cork top too. That is garbage that I can collect. Now, this is the most irritating type of garbage I see at the beach. These stupid mylar balloons. And I didn't find only one, but two, and three, and yet four. This is where that fillet knife came in handy. Pop this one up. But it's simple, just wrap them all up and pop them in the bag. And we can get them off the beach. Though beach trash is annoying to see, I must admit, I do like finding sea glass. Heading back now, back towards the pier. And what do we have here? This looks like it just got washed up. Let's see. It is a lightning whelk. Do not find many lightning whelks over here. Lots of knobbed whelks. This one opens to the left. Knob whelks open to the right. A little worn and beat up, but I'll take it. And here is a channel duck clam. Very surprised to see this paper thin shell washed up. It's got some nice ridges. When these are broken, they look like flying birds with only the umbo and dorsal side of the shell remaining. And here's a slipper snail shell, also known as a boat shell. When you flip them over like that, they look like a little boat. I have never... What? A lion's paw this far north. Oh, this is crazy. Wow, that is a beautiful red. Get out of here. Here, that's how far I am from the Sebastian Inlet Pier. I can't believe this. A lion's paw. It's so pretty, even if it's broken. Oh, broken and beautiful. Wow. I've never found a lion's paw north of Fort Pierce, so I was pretty stoked to find this one. And here is a rose petal tellin. Pretty pink on these. Great pops of color. A few videos ago, I found lots of these in Fort Myers over on the West Coast, and I found this cute heart-shaped glass jar to put them all in along with my other ones. And I found this at, let's see, where did I find this at? Michael's craft store. A nice calico, just needs a little acid dip. Get some of that calcium deposits off. And another one. I looked up the term calico, and it means printed cotton fabric, so I see how these got their name. Here's a white Atlantic simile. The purplish and orange varieties in this species are really pretty. Here is a common egg cockle. These are pretty thin shells, just blew away. I really do admire the bulbous shape on these. You can see the growth line there. It's pretty defined. I don't find a lot of these. Got a couple yellow prickly cockles over there, some arc shells and slipper snails. Let's see, a jingle. Getting closer back to that pier. I did pick up those two yellow prickly cockles. Nice pops of color in those. I do like the tips, the umbo. It's that tip of the shell, nice peach color on that. And here is a new shell for me. I've never found one of these before. It's a lightning Venus. My friend Chalet had come over the other day and we looked up this one together. And that is definitely not sea glass. We'll go ahead and pop that one in the trash along with this stupid knife, all those Malar balloons, and unfortunately there is a lot of fishing line around this area. This is the inlet view from the north side of the park. I'm going to start jumping around a few days. This was actually from the day before that beach walk out on the beach there, and I was with Ella. Look, 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 it's coming! Sweet baby girl, she got quite a kick seeing all the waves crash on the rocks. And this area is known as Campbell's Cove, just off to the west side of the bridge. It's a little recessed part of the Indian River. Great place to swim. You can pretty much walk all the way out to those rocks over there where the pelicans are. And you can see even manatees here. Manatees have been known to swim around and about these rocks, so it's pretty neat. Shooting this footage in particular, this was at high tide. So this is how the cove looks like when it's full. All the area in front of me, you would have just seen sand and rocks at low tide. Now, this is when I was with Ella, so this is I think it was a dropping tide. So this is the other side of that cove. So you can see a little bit more of that rock wall is exposed. And I just wanted to check out and see if there was any shells over here. I haven't found like terrible luck finding a lot of shells, but I did manage to find a few of these seraph shells. Let's pick up this. This looks like a regular dark seraph to me. Here is, oh, and here's a Nassau. This looks like a darker one. I know there's a lot of varieties of Nassau shells, and I am no expert by any means on identifying them, but I do believe that is a little Nassau. And here is another seraph shell. There was some people over there fishing for these bait fish. I asked one of the guys, I was like, what kind of fish are those? And he said they're mullet fish, so we had fun watching those. Ella was trying to get the birds to eat. They don't want to eat your food, Ella. Oh, Ella, they're not going to eat your fistful of mud. But we sure did enjoy this little area. I was very fascinated watching these fish. A little before I left here, I did manage to find a cardita and these sea pearls, which are gray knickernuts, a type of drift seed. And there's that pretty broad-ribbed cardita. So just the seraphs, Nassau, and these are all that I found in this cove area. Heading across the bridge now to the south side of this inlet park. And this is Coconut Point.
Mom.
Mm-hmm. It's the dolphins.
No, it's Daddy. Say go.
Yeah, the dolphins.
Mom. Mom, eat more. Mom. Mom. See? Mom.
This side of Coconut Point faces the river, and now this is the inlet side of it where the water was going down because of the tide, so it exposed a little bit of beach area. Oh, look, here's a hermit crab. Look.
Huh?
Say hi.
Hi. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, look, honey.
It's a little hermit crab. We'll put it back so you can see fun.
Yeah.
There were a lot of hermit crabs around here. Just about every shell I found had a hermit inside. Guess they get caught up on these rocks when the tide goes down. Look at all this in the rocks, the different shell impressions. Very, very pretty. Yep, got a hermit in there. I was just fascinated with all these hermit crabs. It amazes me because I didn't even find one crown conch. So I don't know where they hang out, but we know where all their friends hang out. The hermit crabs. There's one in there too. Golly. If you ever want to see tons of hermit crabs, come out to Coconut Point at Sebastian Inlet and you will not be disappointed. That is a beautiful shell. So pretty. These hermies have fantastic homes. Oh, look at that scallop impression in there. Just so awesome. And this is where I am. I'm just looking around these few rocks and keeping myself quite entertained while Ola was playing with the sand right where the water was lapping. It's another pretty color on this crown. I did not see a hermit crab in there, but I'm sure he is in there. Oh, there he was. Oh, look at that one. Got the spikes on the top and bottom. Oh, my friend, you have a nice dwelling place. Great spikes. So cool. And there's a moon snail, a shark eye. I did see, okay, I saw crown conchs in, there's another moon. I saw them in crowns and moons, and I did find, what else did I see? I think there was pear whelks and not crown conchs, horse conchs. I'll show you those in a minute. Here in the water, let's see, anything in there? Ooh, all right, this one was empty because it's a reject shell. It's a reject housing. So I did claim this reject housing. That's all right. I don't think the hermit crab would have made it too safe in that one. And a nerite. I was like, there's gonna be a little crab in there, but nope, there was nothing in there. So I claimed the nerite. These nerites are growing on me. All right, jumping around a little bit. This is the day after I was with Ella, so I was by myself on this one. But I found a live one. This isn't exactly in the same area. Well, I guess it's not Coconut Point. It's right near the boat ramps, which is just a little ways down from where Ella and I were the day before this. And I don't know what those little snails on those rocks are. If you know, let me know. I want to say periwinkle, but I don't think they're the periwinkle shape. Anyways, I was just happy to see this little guy. Okay, we're back to Ella and I spotted a gorgeous crown in here. I know it's got a hermit crab in it, but let's check it out. Look at that. Oh, that's really pretty. The bottom spikes, it's so spiky. Man, that's a really, really pretty shell. Little hermit crab. Oh, I need to coax you out. Get you in another shell. Oh, I'm sure you're happy in here. But look at this one. Golly, it's broken. Just the, I don't know, side of it. But man, that would have been a really, really big crown conch. Or was a really big crown conch. Here's one compared to it. Look at that. That would have been a beautiful shell. And that is a fishing weight. I did give it to a friend, and hopefully it won't escape his line. Here's some more crowns to admire. Ooh, that has a slipper snail in the inside of it. And that one has a whole host of them. Wow. And check out that, a Florida fighting conch. I don't see many of these on the East Coast this north at all. Moving away from those rocks, the hermits continued. Oh, there's the horse conch I found the crab in. Look, see, it's a crab. See a crab inside? Hello. It's a pear whelk. See all the slipper shells inside? It's got all the slipper shells.
Yeah.
Here's another one finding its home in a horse conch. I have never even seen horse conch pieces, a horse conch at all, washed up on the beach at all, anywhere north from the Palm Beach area. But they must be here somewhere. We finished up by Coconut Point looking at all the hermit crabs, and this is the inlet view from the south side heading towards the beach. This inlet gets quite the action. You can see how choppy the water gets there when the tides do switch. Endangered right whales have been spotted in and around this area. And a couple years ago, I was lucky enough to spot some juvenile sea turtles. I was so excited. I believe these are green sea turtles. There were a couple of them. Such a special memory, and the water was so clear. When the tide is coming in, you get all that ocean water. This inlet can be beautiful, like green turquoise, so it's really, really clear, and I was able to see them very well. On this south side of the bridge on the beach here, I haven't been lucky to find like mini seashells, but this past April I did find this giant coquina clam. I haven't found one of these before, so that was pretty cool to find this one here. It has a nice splash of purple on that tip. Here's a nice piece of sea glass. This last area I'm shelling at now is just a few minutes drive south of the inlet park. And here is a dove shell, a common dove shell. These do come in a lot of different varieties of colors. I like the pattern on this one. Very nice. Got a couple of tinted cantharus shells, a little bit surf worn, and a beautiful bright scaly scallop. These also have a variety of purple ones and a combination of purple and orange ones. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, and a little cute turkey wing. Oh, this is a really cute one. A very nice definition zigzag pattern on this one. Very cute. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is a nice chunk of sea glass. Beautiful dark olive green and a calico scallop with those orange vertical stripes. Very lovely. And we got another scaly scallop and some sea glass. Here's another turkey wing, not as pretty, and a shark eye and some more glass. Definitely finding a lot of glass in this area. Here's a whelk. Ugh, busted there, but man, look at the inside. Still's got that gloss on it. This probably was a fresh one. Oh, okay, I don't think that's sea glass. We'll go ahead and toss that away. Here is a gray Atlantic auger. Definitely picking up the turkey wings. This one's really nice striking color, or known as a zebra arc. Their scientific name is Arca zebra. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful color of sea glass. What is that, like a lime and olive green combo? And here are all of my shell finds from this collective beach walk at and around Sebastian Inlet. Absolutely loving my spotted Scotch bonnet. I can't believe I found that lion's paw. Oh, awesome. Beautiful calicos and the nerite and the dove. The lightning Venus was a fun first find. The cockles were great. Nice chunk of that crown and a gorgeous broken giant eastern murex. Gorgeous, like a work of art. Happy to have found at least one empty crown, and I already planted a succulent in my knobbed whelk. Very happy with the sea glass and the colors that I've found. Beautiful rose petal tellins. The shark eyes are always fun to look at and find. These are gorgeous calicos at the end. Those last two to the right, gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a like, and until next time, I leave you with this.